Go ahead.
That's how he shuts me up.
No,
Just turn the music up.
I was turning it up, and then you started talking. We haven't started yet. I was turning up the music when you started to talk.
Okay.
So I didn't know what was happening.
Okay. Are we starting with just playing the music?
Yeah, we're going to start with just playing the music.
Okay.
Or maybe we've already started. Maybe it's already begun. You know how I always know we're going to start a podcast? I go like this. Okay. I'm taking a deep breath to begin the journey.
2017 begins with a deep breath. This is our first podcast of 2017.
This is our first podcast in this new space.
New location.
In this new location.
Not Vancouver.
We're back in America.
Merca.
So here's what happened. Trump hasn't built the wall yet, and we were able to get back in the country. So this is really... Jenna finished her TV show. You guys, Imaginary Mary, Jenna's new TV show, will be out in March.
March 29th at 8:30 p.m. is the premiere.
We have been in Canada filming. I had long hours filming. I was very busy.
You have long hours complaining about my long hours filming.
I was very busy cooking soufflés for the kids. And you were filming long hours, and we were in Canada. And sure enough, we made it back before Trump built the wall.
Yeah.
So we're back in America.
Yeah, but if we go season 2...
we won't be able to...
Hopefully, we'll just maintain friendly relations with Canada and be able to go in and out easily. I mean, there's no reason to wall off the Canadians.
Oh, no, there's
They're very nice people.
Way more reasons to wall off the Canadians than there are the Mexicans.
Why?
Well, the Canadians, they're very, very particular about what's organic and what's not organic.
Uh-huh.
So these kind of things, what happens is that it creates really bad diplomatic relations.
I mean, if I had to be stuck somewhere, I'd rather be stuck somewhere with organic.
Also, the hostility towards Americans in general in Canada right now, we had to tell everybody we're Canadian there. We had to learn how to speak Canadian to blend in. So anyway, we're back in America. We're back here. We made it. And this is the first podcast of 2017, Kicking and Screaming. We just did, last night, a really fun Adam Carolla live podcast, which will probably be released sometime just after the podcast.
Or before. Who knows?
I think it'll be a day or two.
I don't know what their schedule is.
I do, because I talked to the producer, and he
Oh,
was like,
you talk to people.
Yeah,
Okay.
in the next couple days.
Oh, okay. Well, in the next couple days. Cool. Oh,
Cool.
right, because I see what date of the week it is. Date of the week?
Yeah.
Day of the week.
Right.
I'm eating chocolate chip cookies for breakfast, so cheers. Cheers to you.
It's been, okay. You know what I realized, sweetheart? No one gives a shit how tired we are or how hard we work.
I know I don't give a shit how tired you are.
Or us. But I mean, when I listen...
Because they're tired too. Who
Right.
wants to hear our
That's what I
shit?
mean.
They're struggling just like we are. I mean,
That's what
they're
I mean.
struggling worse. So why would they want to hear about our stupid fucking problems?
That's right. But I don't know if they're struggling worse. I can't say that. I just can say there's all types of struggling. But what I mean to say is...
the struggle is real.
The struggle is real.
Regardless of what it is.
The struggle is real. And that I never want to hear again from anyone how tired anyone is or how hard they're working. Because I realize I just don't give a shit.
Right.
Because I'm tired too. I don't
Yeah,
really care.
yeah.
And they don't care about my struggle.
No, I realized that. I had a big epiphany.
Tell me about it.
Well, for some reason, I felt like, it's in part of me never feeling like you really understand my struggle.
Right.
So then I always have to shove my struggle in your face.
Yeah, you have to demonstrate your struggle.
Yeah, in full
with
the full
in full
panoply
bloom
of pain and emotion,
Yeah.
and I have to shove it right up your hole.
I have to say something on
To
this.
just feel like, now do you understand? Which doesn't work. Ladies, don't waste your fucking energy. Does not work. They'll never understand. Doesn't matter what you do. They don't care and they don't understand. So it's fine.
We care. There's a
You're not
dark...
the target audience for my suffering. That's
Right.
the thing. It's like we as working mother women who are exhausted, we think our husbands want to hear it, and that's the wrong. We need to apply marketing and PR strategy to our marriages. They're the wrong audience. So anyway, and it doesn't matter. They don't care. So, and then I thought, well, my husband doesn't get it. So now anytime people ask me like, so how you doing? What's been going on? I'm like, oh my God. So I'm going to be doing 16-hour days and I have got the kids. I come home from a 15-hour day. I got to put the
They're
kids
not
to
your
bed.
target
I have to
audience either.
remember my lines. I have to not have bags under my eyes for a close up at hour 15. And I go on, I have this whole monologue I do of like my struggle.
Yeah.
And people just, their eyes glaze over. And I was like, well, fucking people don't want to hear it either. And
'Cause
they're
they have
not
their
going
own
to
shit.
get it. And they don't fucking care. And no one cares.
And they have their own shit.
Yeah.
Everyone's got, so.
Because I thought, they'd go, oh my God, totally. Here's what I was looking for. Like, here's my goal, okay? Like, my purpose for, like, my monologue of stress and trauma of life was for them to go, oh my God, really? Like, here would be the ideal, like, acknowledgement to my monologue.
Uh-huh.
Whoa. Oh my God, that sounds so intense.
Holy shit.
Wow, really? You did all that? You're amazing.
We should shut the shitty
No, it's
city
not
down.
yours. You be quiet. This is my time. Don't interrupt me with my ideal monologue. So, is for them to go, wow, you're amazing. Wow, what a hardworking, caring. Wow, that's intense. That must have been really hard. And me go, it was, but it was awesome. God, it must have been. Good for you. That's all I wanted. No one gives it. Okay, you can come back now. You can come back now. You can come back now. Okay. He's returned.
Okay. So what happened?
Okay. Well, what? On my story or once you left?
Once I left, what happened?
I just kept gnawing on and on about my fantasy about people giving me the proper acknowledgement.
Let's hear it.
Okay. Wow, you did? That's amazing. God, you work so hard. That's incredible. I don't think I could have done. That's wow. Wow. Like I wanted a good wow.
Right.
Never got it. Never will get it. I don't get it. It's not. So yeah, I just have to say, "Oh my God, I'm super busy. It was great." That's all people really want to hear. Like when people ask you, "How you doing?" They don't actually want the answer.
Right.
And then I give them the answer and then some, and I've realized that's not the ideal way to go.
You know what I realized even in what occurred just now on the podcast is that you have a lot of force.
Yeah, I do.
You have a lot of force. And so, like when we were on the way to Adam Carolla's podcast last night, and we were talking about which we've talked about in the podcast, when you reenact a story. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I realized here's what I realized.
I should be a delicate little flower.
No, not at all.
Yes, dear.
No, gosh,
Honey,
no.
Can I get you anything?
Well, that would be nice.
Okay, dear.
That would be nice.
I think I'm just going to be like the female version of Mr. Rogers. Go on.
No, because I want a sexual aspect to it too. So and
really, you do?
Yes.
Oh, that's new.
But so here's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
So when people reenact stories, any story, they don't you never reenact the full emotion of it. You're not supposed to. So if you're reenacting a scary story, you reenact it in a way where you're not trying to, if you were like to reenact like getting mugged, right? So let's say like I got mugged and I was to reenact what happened. If I was to go full on the reenactment, the story wouldn't be entertaining.
Right.
You reenact a story with the full emotion of what occurred.
Yeah, it's not right.
I'm not saying it's not right.
Well,
I have no idea.
Then it's now not a story and it's not funny and it's now scary and upsetting just as it was the first time.
Right.
Yeah.
So what I realized, I don't want to use the word, but there's a famous Tropic Thunder when they talk about going full in a movie. You're not supposed to go full. I can't say the word.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm talking about? Okay. So in the movie Tropic Thunder, they're talking about while playing someone mentally disabled, you're not supposed to go full
crazy. We'll say full crazy.
Yeah, you're not supposed to go full crazy.
Okay.
Right? Never go full crazy. But there's a reason why if you're really watching a movie and the person does it exactly the way someone who's mentally handicapped does it in life, it becomes not a fun movie anymore. It becomes a very uncomfortable movie. So there's always a slight
skew.
There's a slight skew of emotion on it or humor to it or sentimentality to it because really those situations in life are they're heart-wrenching.
Right.
And even when the film is trying to be heart-wrenching, they want you on their side.
Right.
In life, they're filled with awkwardness.
Yes.
So a real
for some people, yeah.
Yeah. Well, yes. And so in recounting a story, I found you won't recount it from the viewpoint of trying to make it entertaining. You want the person to have the full.
I know. I really got to get to the bottom of this because I don't know why I think the other person needs to experience what I experienced because that's crazy. That's I'm a psychopath.
No. You want the full immersive. You want the person to have the full immersive experience of what occurred with you.
Yeah,
like
but
you
it's
want
not necessary.
You want the surround sound.
I do
with the holographic.
I want like THX Dolby Stereo experience for the other person.
Yes, and that actually
I don't know why I
made
do that.
me laugh last night when we realized that because I realized, oh, you're never not supposed to go full crazy when you do the story. I can't say the right word, but
we got the idea.
But so when you were telling your story, so you have a lot of power and emotion and energy, and that's beautiful.
And a lot of crazy.
No, I don't agree with that. I think I have a lot of crazy, but when you pushed me just now on the podcast, that was a lot of force, and I think I got shocked because there's so much.
Yeah.
But I don't want to have you taper it down. I think I just have to adjust
your tolerance,
my rev limiter on it.
I can adjust.
No, what are you gonna do?
I can be small and delicate, like a little.
Here's how I see you adjusting,
little flower that's easily stamped on and crushed. I can become that.
No, I see you maybe more Nurse Ratched in Cuckoo's Nest of talking to me like this all the time.
That's full crazy. That's where it's crazy.
Bodhi.
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm just gonna be a female Mr. Rogers.
Bodhi. Okay, I guess
Welcome
I see what you're saying.
to the day.
Hey,
how
Bodhi.
are you today?
How is everything? Can I get you some breakfast?
That's what I said. That's what I started off with.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
I think that's what I need right now.
Yeah, I think
Bodhi?
you do.
It's very peaceful.
I've just
out
created
today.
too big of a crazy year, and I think your tolerance, you're a little raw around the edges on having to experience my life, and I need to just now
I think you have no idea how observant that communication is.
Yeah.
In the deepest levels, how I got taken for a ride that was a very beautiful ride, but that it wasn't my ride.
Sure. Yeah.
But the ride was great. I mean, your journey is great. Do people know what we're talking about? Okay, so
this is very
Jesus. Okay, so let me explain this so just people can catch up. So Jenna got this incredible show that shot in Canada. It's an American show. It's going to be out soon. Shoots in Canada. So we did a whole all right, well, let's just
move the family up to Vancouver.
Everyone, let's all just pack up the entire house in our 26 years together and put it in storage units and just head on up to Vancouver. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll just do that. So, and I was naive, thinking I'll just go there and help Jenna out with the kids. This is fine. And then what happened was I was like, oh, I'm an actor and an artist, and I have a whole life in Los Angeles, and oh, our kids have a whole life of baseball and schooling, but we were a little bit kind of hippie about it. Is hippie the right word?
Yeah, a little free-spirited.
Yeah. And I guess
a free-spirited action that ended up killing our spirits.
So
not really, but
here's the thing.
It dented our spirits a little. It was a big experience.
But this is the thing that's different between us. Is you are very yeah, sure. And you coped with it very well. We're in a rental house in Vancouver and half our shit's in, a third is in, not even a third. I have to say a fifth is in our house in Vancouver, a fifth is in LA, and fifth is in storage units and other places. And so everything was everywhere. And you were like, yeah, okay. And I went completely batshit because I was like, I don't know where my camping stuff is. I don't know where my shit is. Where's my desk? I don't have an office with which to do anything, to even do accounting or bookkeeping. I didn't have a space. I was just living out of a backpack. For 1 year, I was...
a year? No, let's not exaggerate.
Okay.
It was 5 months.
Yeah, but then then there was a few months after that. So it was actually a 7 or 8. So almost...
No,
okay, it wasn't a year. You're right. It was not a year.
It was 5 months.
I think it's longer.
Nope.
Okay.
5 months.
Okay, I'm going to let you have that one.
Mid-August to mid-December.
Okay. I lived out of a backpack. That included my most important
Maybe 6 months.
documents or my passport. All of my important parts of my life was out of my backpack because I didn't know where I was.
Is that most men, or is it just a Rain Man side of you? I'm curious.
How do you mean? How do you mean?
I mean how I said.
You mean because I carry my backpack with all my stuff in it?
No. I just mean you like things just so.
Okay.
Some people are like that. They like their things just so. They don't want their stuff moving around.
I really do want to hear from people on this.
I'm curious,
am I a Rain Man? Or do I just, I don't want my desk fucked with or the things on my desk. I don't want my kids to I want them to play with their toys, leave my desk alone. I want like a space that I work from and sort of help you with the things that need to be done. And you're very like mobile. Go there, do that. Like the word for you is insouciant. You're very insouciant. You just do it. And that's a beautiful side. And then I don't want to clutter up your thing. So you were doing this life to catch people up. So you were doing this thing, and I was like starting to like, I had a rough time with it.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't just be here following you around, and I feel like the kids need some sort of stability, and the kids were happy because you set up a schooling and you got it all worked out, but it was still very fluid.
Yeah.
And I think I went a little batshit.
And I understand that.
I think I went a little bad.
I think I just expected you to be as like to operate the same way I do, and that's not fair because two people each have their right to operate a certain way, but yet we're a family. And so we have to work together, and you're so awesome wanting to support me, but then I sort of made you uproot and experience my experience. It's really philosophical, but still.
No, this is interesting. With people in relationships, you have people with two different lifestyles or two different speeds, two different motions, two different tolerances of speed and motion.
Yeah.
And you must run into this, everyone, like people have the different ways they go about their thing. Even the morning, like how they go about their morning. And you have a certain speed or tolerance that you like, and I have a certain way that I do it in restaurants. This happens all the time.
Yeah. When he's done eating, he's like out of the chair and leaving the restaurant. And I'm like mid-bite.
I'm done.
Where are you going?
It's like, we're done. I hate the idea of like we're done eating and now we're just kind of wrapping it up and waiting for the bill. I wish
That's my favorite time is when I'm done with the meal. I then want to have a cup of tea. I want to chat while I start digesting.
Right. And
we shouldn't be together.
No, I don't think we should.
We have nothing in common.
No, other than we love each other. And then like mornings, you like to have like the ritual of the coffee and like to have a space, which is actually very aesthetic. And I'm like, I'm up and out of bed and I'm gone. I don't want to be in the house anymore. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, and I love to just like be around the house, have my coffee, clean up a little bit, sit, stare out the window.
And okay.
Except I'm up at 4 and you're up at 7 and getting out the house, so it's different.
Gotcha. I don't know if that's entirely true, but it has been the last week. Okay. So that's a good point. So here, look. So those are some examples where my motion is different than your motion, right?
Uh-huh.
All right. And like
I think it's kind of amazing that we're aware of our own motion, though.
Right.
It's pretty cool.
And then look at
find the plus side.
Well, I'm hoping in a podcast to find the fucking humor of it, because right now there's just nothing funny about any of this. So like when we went to Hawaii, I tried to operate on my motion there, and you hated it, right? You did not have a good time.
Well, everyone likes to vacation differently.
Right.
And I actually really you want to go out, see things, do things. And I love that because it's a really productive way to approach the world. You get to see a lot. You have like a really productive vacation. It's just my life. I'm always going and moving and going and moving. And I just want to actually stay put for once.
Right. Do you agree that you were
I could stay in bed. If I could stay in bed for like 5 days or just at home for 5 days and have nobody talk to me.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, God, that'd be amazing.
I know.
Like if the house was empty and I just had 5 days here by myself and I could, for as long as I wanted, just sit and stare.
You would only last 2 before you'd get yourself out of bed and do something else.
No, but I'd be doing stuff and then I'd go back to bed for a while. Like I feel like I have had I could use that.
Yep, I agree with you.
I like to go, 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 and then I like to do nothing.
I think that's
sane.
And then
I go, 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 super intense. It's like a race car. Like a race car goes and goes, and then it really needs to like cool down and change the tires and change the oil.
Right.
And then it goes at top speed, and then it like pulls over, gets a tire change.
Yeah.
Anyhow.
That's right. Do you agree that in Hawaii you were a bit of a ridge, like kind of ridgy, like a little bit foot in the ground and kind of not like a curmudgeon?
Yeah, because I felt like I was being like pushed into all these group activities when I never even got a chance to like lay in bed. I'm in Hawaii. I want to lay in bed and look out the window.
So I agree with you.
At the ocean. And it was like, all right, let's go. Which meant getting the kids to go. And they love hotel rooms. And it was hard to get them to go. So then it just became work.
Yeah. So that's how I was in Vancouver. Like I was that guy. I was like, I don't want to travel and not know where I am and not know where my kids are and not know where any of my stuff is. And I didn't readjust my shit. Mm-hmm. And I got out of whack, but you didn't do anything wrong. That's the thing that I hate is that you actually didn't do anything wrong. I acted like a creep, but you didn't do anything wrong. I should have said from the beginning, okay, this is a far out thing. I think I'm going to keep a space here in LA so I can keep my game going, and I'll go back and forth and see you and the kids and then come back to LA and do my thing, but I didn't. I just went along for the ride thinking, I'm just going to try to be like Jenna. And I just was like, I couldn't do what you did. I couldn't do it. And
Yeah.
I'm still kind of like finding
Recovering from that.
I guess. I don't know what the fuck.
Finding your footing.
Yeah.
And I like change. Like, I love change. Like, I'm fine packing it all up and going, and I love change. Like, growing up in my room, I'd change my room. I'd change where the bed was.
Yeah.
I love change.
Isn't that interesting? I don't. Do other people, they must, is it a guy thing?
I
Do
don't
guys
know.
like they get kind of settled into their way? Like, I don't, well, this guy travels every 4 minutes. He's in Portugal or Kathmandu or something like that. But
This guy meaning our camera guy.
well, our friend and our camera guy. Yeah. So, but I'm a creature of habit. I'm a creature
Right.
of habit.
Right.
I like my
Well, I should have known that, and I should not have inflicted this giant pilgrimage, like in our little wagon, covered wagon with all our belongings, like across. I feel like I made you go on an exploration that you didn't. It wasn't your thing.
You were like, let's pack up, put everything in the wagon, and go to Oklahoma and get some, and just go west. And I was like the housewife. I was like, but darling, I got my little life here in Massachusetts, and I ended up having and then there's Indians, and there's fucking
Right.
there's
You're like,
plague,
I never signed up for this.
there's locusts. That's what happened. You know what I realized about you? You're a professional. Like, you do everything professionally.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're one of those people that you have a natural good work ethic and a natural professionalism. And like, when someone pays you to do something, you
I go full on.
go full
I'm
on
there.
and you do above what they expect.
Yeah.
And
That's what makes me happy.
yeah, and that you have like a real professional view of life. Like, when you've made a business arrangement with someone, you're going to go the absolute extra mile to make them very happy with the arrangement and give them 10 times what they thought.
Yes.
What I realized is we need to do that with the relationship. That's what I realized. Like, I think I just need to pay you for sex or to be my wife, because then you would be, if I paid you,
It'd be amazing to get paid to be a mother.
yeah,
I'd be all over it.
if I paid you to be a wife and a housewife
Uh-huh.
and
Yeah.
if I paid you, yeah, okay, yeah. Normally the husband does
Normally
pay,
it does.
Yeah.
Because
because he pays and brings home the bacon, but because we're a dual bacon bringing home family,
yeah.
but with most of it coming from you. I have no leg to
You have
stand
no
on.
leverage.
I have no leverage to stand on to say, hey, wait a minute, you're shorting me on this side over here,
Uh-huh.
and that's the thing. That is at the bottom of everything. That's like, it irks me.
Uh-huh.
I'm irked.
totally understand.
I'm irked because I want to go like I want to be able to
like, throw down the gauntlet and go,
yeah. Yeah.
Right here, right now, this time, this
Yeah.
is how this is going to be.
You're gonna
you don't
you're
feel
gonna
like you have
have
a leg to stand
you're
on.
gonna have the eggs ready by this time,
Uh-huh.
and then we're gonna go for a hike with the kids.
All the feminists, their skin is like sizzling.
You're gonna
like, as
go-
if battery acid has just been poured on it right
you're
now.
you're gonna make the eggs, and then we're gonna go for a hike, and then the kids are gonna go out for the night with a friend, and you and me are gonna have alone time, and that's how it's gonna go, and you're gonna like it.
I would do that.
Yeah, but I don't have any leverage. That's not how it goes.
No, but when you do that, I go along with it.
Ish. Yeah, ish.
I mean, if I don't have anything else going on, that's more important.
Right. That's right. But you are the main force life of the family. And that's a good thing. I just have to tolerate. It's a question of universe. Right? It's a universe. My universe sometimes gets swallowed by your universe. Do they think they know what they mean by the universe? Like the world. The world
Your
of
space.
me. The world of Jenna, sometimes like a circle, like two circles. My circle is smaller because sometimes it feels that way. Because your
But I
circle's
think that's
bigger.
the wrong angle. I think you just have to create a bigger
Right.
circle for
I
yourself.
know it's the wrong angle
it has
because
nothing. It should have nothing to do with my
I
circle.
totally agree
You
because
should
I don't
just
want to make
ignore
your
my
circle.
circle.
Totally.
Like, literally, and I've said this before in many podcasts, you would be so much better off, and you would not have this problem if
Yeah.
you just ignored 89% of the things you think you have to deal with,
Right.
and put your attention on creating your circle.
I think that's
You would
genius.
have no problems.
I think you're right because
You get so caught up going,
right.
pointing over here, and if you spent that time and energy just being a pro, like creating your pro in your universe,
I
you wouldn't
totally-
even notice mine. You'd
I
be
totally
so
agree.
busy with your big giant one.
I totally agree. Because the last thing I want to do is to make your circle smaller.
Of course, it's
Without
never
a
a
doubt.
solution, ever.
Never. I want your circle to be bigger and bigger and bigger with every second of the day. But I'm not doing that right now. I'm crouching into it and stomping on it accidentally and then feeling regretful about it.
Right.
Because I'm trying to make my circle. Is this the most esoteric
It's very esoteric.
podcast that's ever existed? I mean, this might as well be under the heading of philosophical discussions and not comedy anymore. Like, we should put this in the philosophy section.
But we always
of
have
podcasts.
every now and then we have a podcast that's like that because that's how marriages are. Every now and then you have a chat about things, and
Because you're
I think
dealing-
it's good for marriages and relationships if you have those talks because it makes you understand each other because there is that component to life where it needs examining sometimes to understand. You can't just, the world's full of, mocking and complaining right now about the world and our country. It's very conflicted and
Everyone's pointing fingers at everyone else.
yeah, and so, we have this little microcosm. Perhaps the whole world should take a moment to breathe and inspect themselves.
Well said. And in marriages, regardless of whether gender or anything else or lifestyle, it has nothing to do with that. But marriages or relationships, it's a question of universes. There's two universes coming together, trying to grant and appreciate the other universe while maintaining one's own. It's an interesting lifestyle.
Yeah.
It's like that's why on a set, there's one director, right? There can't be two directors. But in a marriage,
it's been done, but they still probably divide up their hats.
well,
and
it's usually like the Coen brothers or the Wachowski brothers, or
yeah,
they're usually brothers, where it's basically like Siamese twins that.
they
But
share a brain.
yeah, a little bit. It's shared brain. So marriages are a question of universe, and I just want to say to you, Jenna, that I humbly apologize for how I've been. I humbly apologize to you,
Okay.
very sincerely apologize. I very sincerely apologize.
Okay.
I'm so sorry that I keep slamming around your universe trying to sort out my own. It has nothing to do with you. That's the unfair part. It has nothing to do with you. I'm just sorting out my universe. What I want to do, how I want it to go, how I want to live, what I want to make happen. And it's a fun game, but I shouldn't have to do it while bonking into yours. I should just do they're not codependent as
Right.
much as I think they are. That's what you were saying.
Yeah.
I'm agreeing with you.
Cool.
Okay. So for the next podcast, we're going to discuss black holes and solar quasars. So make sure to tune in to
Chocolate chip cookies. and
Kicking and Screaming
dolphins.
for our philosophical discussions of string theory and parallel universe.
That's okay. It's like we started off 2017 with a little examination, a little assessment of self.
I got shoved. I got mad. You got upset.
Well, because I thought you just weirded out,
I
but
did weird out. That's exactly what I did. What do you mean I thought I weirded out? I weirded out.
it's okay.
I
I was
to-
forceful, but I'm always forceful. So I'll try to be Mr. Rogers with the dress on, and you're gonna pay attention to your universe.
Just
and
just
it's all
talk to me
gonna
like
be
a crazy
great.
person, and everything's going to be fine.
So
Yeah. What a beautiful day in the neighborhood. What a gorgeous day in the neighborhood. Well, Bodhi, here's...
won't you be mine?
Won't you be my neighbor? Hi, I made some eggs for you, and then a blowjob afterwards. Won't that be nice?
It's gonna be a great year.